Right, you're very welcome back. With the ongoing fuel crisis and rising costs at the pumps, the demand for electric vehicles is soaring.
It certainly is. And joining us now to discuss that is motoring editor of the Sunday Independent, Geraldine Herbert. Good morning to you, Geraldine.
With us.
This is a lovely car. Tell us about this.
Okay,
I'm loving the colour.
Isn't it beautiful? This is the BYD Sealion 5. Now, BYD are only in Ireland since 2023, but this is their 8th model to be launched and their 3rd plug-in hybrid. So it's a mid-sized family SUV.
Was this the brand, like, the car that nobody knows about type thing? Was that?
Yeah. But, like, literally...
And now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You do see BYDs now, they're popping up all over the country at the minute. But they're good price and they seem to have great performance.
Yeah, and they're very well spec'd. I mean, that's the big thing. You're not getting a cheap and cheerful car. You're paying a decent price, but you're getting very good specification for it. There's also lots of dealers around the country, and they're in dealerships that are recognisable. They're established dealerships, so I think that has really, really reassured people about a new name.
So talk to us about this one. What has this one got that the other ones don't?
Okay, so basically, as I said, this is a plug-in hybrid, right? So it comes in 2 versions. There's Comfort, that's the entry level. It's just under the €37,000 mark, and then this is designed top of the range. It's just over the 40. Now, in terms of all electric range, there's 2 batteries. In Comfort, you get about 60 kilometres of all electric. In this, you get about 80, 82, again, depending how you drive. But you also get then the petrol engine. So in total, you get 1,000 kilometres of range. So you can go anywhere and not worry.
That's great, and there's a lovely interior in it as well.
Yeah, and loads of space. Like, I have teenagers. I had this at the weekend. You can get them into the back without them complaining. They're not sitting on top of each other. There's loads of space in the boot. So in terms of size, this competes with the likes of the Hyundai Tucson, the Kia Sportage, the MG HS. So it is a very competitive end of the market. It's a very popular end of the market. But as you can see, you get a lot for your money.
And 37 grand, you said, started?
Yeah.
Starting, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's impressive. Talk to us about then hybrid. So is this hybrid petrol? Is this petrol? So because petrol and electric cars have both really soared over the last couple of months, haven't they?
Electric cars, everybody thinks that electric cars, the sales are to do with the pump prices and the ongoing crisis at the moment. It's not. The sales at the moment are because of decisions taken at the end of last year. We're not actually going to see the impact of the crisis at the moment until the end of the year, because people don't go to the garage, fill up their car and go, oh my God, that's so expensive, I'm going to buy a new car. It doesn't work like that.
No, exactly.
So it takes months of planning. So we're not, this is actually just an organic rise in EVs because of better product, better prices, better range, better choice, all of these things. So in terms of the fuel crisis, we can expect at the end of the year, the last few months of the year, to really see the impact of that.
How's the second-hand market going for EVs now? That must be starting to turn as well.
That is, again, because we started to see sales really increase in about 2023, 2022, 2023. They're filtering into the second-hand market. So what we do see are lots of searches for EVs. Lots of people who might have considered doing petrol or diesel thinking, do you know what, with fuel prices, I'm going to go electric. But we have yet to see the full impact of that crisis yet in both the second-hand and the new market.
I'm going electric.
Yes, I mean,
fully electric.
Well,
I'm going next week.
Will never be
next
the same.
week,
well,
my new Toyota.
Going hybrid. My worry is the motorway driving in an electric car, but a hybrid means that kind of cancels that out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the big advantage with something like this, like a plug-in hybrid, is you have that reassurance. You don't have to worry. You can charge at home. You have enough of a range that you can do your day-to-day running. But if you are going on that long distance, you don't have to rely on the charging network, though the charging network is getting better and the ranges and the speed of charging is getting better, but it's just still not.
That's my one concern I have going electric, but I think the range in my car,
Alan never fills up the car the best of times. Talk to us about the memory, because as we see cars going more and more digital, there's actually, we see it with our phones, they listen to us, but actually your cars are starting to pick up on your own trends.
Yeah, I don't think people realise just how much information your car stores. So basically, think of your car as a smartphone on wheels. Now, the big thing about that is when you sell your car, you would never hand over your smartphone to somebody and say, there's a phone for you, because all your data will be on it.
So
you need to do the same with this. You need to wipe all that data. Your car is literally an evolving history of you. It knows where you drive. It knows where you go. It knows about your health if you visit the doctor regularly or you visit hospitals.
No way!
Think about all those things.
It's like that. I was saying, if I type in an address in my phone, I get into my car and the address comes up. And
I know where you're going.
Do you want me to take you there?
Yeah.
How do you get rid rid of that? Because I'll be selling my car next week.
Okay, what you need to do is go into the infotainment settings, right? And there'll be a factory reset button normally, or an option to just delete your data. You need to get rid of all that.
Yeah. I mean, I will. Come on. What
I'll
other
get
things
somebody
quickly?
in the garage to do it.
Is it just where you're going, or is there other stuff it picks up
No,
on?
there's loads of information. If you think about it, the more apps you have connected to your phone, the more information that is actually being stored about you. And data is always more than the sum of its parts. So little bits of information can amount to a very big profile on you. So you just need to be careful. Your car knows where you're going. It knows an awful lot more than you think.
Geraldine Herbert, that's fascinating. 0896 111 111, the BYD Sealion 5. Geraldine from the Irish Independent.
Thank you very much.
To have you
We're
with
going to
us.
take a quick break. We'll see you back here very shortly.
Factory reset.